Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about nail polish, makeup, panning, and things happening in my real life. Today I'm coming to you with bare face because I am doing my makeup inventory for the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So this is basically all the makeup that I started with this year or ended last year with, however you want to look at it. Anyway, so without further ado, stay tuned and we'll get into my inventory. Alright, working from my notes from last year and the previous year's inventory, we'll start with setting sprays. In 2021, I had 1. In 2022, I had 2. And this year, at the beginning of 2024 and 2023, thereabouts, this inventory, I have 2. This one from Essence, the Fix and Last 18-Hour Fixing Spray, is almost empty. And then this one I just picked up for my birthday is the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. It was on clearance at TJ Maxx. So that is 2 fixing sprays in my inventory. Usually don't need more than 1 at a time. For makeup face primers, I have 2. Currently, I have the Yensa Essential Glow Tone-Up Primer. This one is getting pretty empty. It's the one I've been working on finishing for 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. And then I have the NYX Hydra Touch Primer, and that's pretty full. I've only used it a few times, and that's pretty good. For concealer, for primer, in 2021, I had 2. Last year I had 2, and this year I have 2. So it's consistent. Same with concealer. I continue to only have 1. I would like to not have any, but apparently I had this one and forgot I had it. This is from Pure Lease, the Perfect Glow BB Concealer. I'm sure I got this from BoxyCharm. And mine is in the shade, probably Fair, most likely, if it has a shade. Fair. So that is that. And like I said, I'd like to have 0 in my collection, but I keep having some appear. For foundations, this is my little notebook. Foundations, in 2021 I had 2. Last year I had 3. This year I have 3. I have 2 liquids. One is a deluxe sample from Yensa, their Super Serum Silk Foundation. It's a bit dark for me. This is in the shade Light, I believe. I covered it up with the sticker. Yes, light neutral. It's a little bit dark for me. And then this one from e.l.f. looks dark for me, but it's actually a pretty perfect match. This is their e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation I picked up last year in the shade Snow 130 Snow. It is a cool with pink undertones. So I have 2 liquid and then 1 powder foundation. It is the Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Foundation, and this is in the shade 01 Porcelain. So it's the first time I've had a powder foundation in my collection. In 2021 I had a CC cream. Last year I did not. I still do not, so it's not part of my inventory. For setting powders, in 2021 I had 1. Last year I had 2. This year I have 2. 1 is on its way out. My NYX HD finishing powder is been repressed and it is almost empty. And then I have from Kokie the Kokie translucent setting powder. It is a loose powder I got most likely from Ipsy, because I get a lot of stuff from Ipsy. Not anymore, but I did. So yeah, those are all my setting powders. Next category is highlighters. And I have 5 single highlighters, as well as 3 in a palette, but I count them as part of my eyeshadow palettes. So in my highlighters, my oldest one is this one here from Real Her. It is the Confidence in My Glow, and it is sort of a champagne-y pink. That one is to be finished this year. I have the MOTD is the brand, and the shade is Lucid Moon. This is a sort of a light pinky pearl. I'm going to fix my lighting really quick. Okay, there we go. Got a little more light on the subject, and I apologize if I seem rushed. I'm trying to do this quickly because it is cold and I want to bundle back up in my cocoon blanket, or blanket cocoon. Anyway, so MOTD in Lucid Moon. I will show you that again with a little bit better lighting. It is sort of a light champagne, slightly peachy. I have from Estate Cosmetics. I got all of these except for this one from Odin's Eye from Ipsy. This one is from Estate, and it is their Doomy highlighter in the shade Pearl, which is a nice light white. It has some hard pan around the edge, but it's a nice light color. And then from Ciate London, I have the shade Moon Dust, which is a darker champagne-y color. Interesting looking texture on the top, but it is sort of a champagne peach. And then I have 5 in total, and then I got from Odin's Eye in their some box they did for Easter last year, the year before, the Norns Mesmerizer, and this is the pink and gold highlighter there. So those 5 highlighters. And in 2021 I had 4, last year I had 5, and this year I have 5, and I think it's the same 5 I had last year. So this year for next category is, I have bronzers. Last year, in 2021, I had 0 bronzers. And last year I had 2. This year I have the same 2 from Complex Culture. Their Sun Bath Baked Bronzer in the shade Play. And then from PYT Beauty, I have their Faux Sun Bronzer Duo in the shade Bali. And I lean mainly towards the light, but occasionally in the summer I'll add some of the dark, or just kind of blend them together. And then I have one base palette, which has bronzers. Mainly use this one, and then I occasionally use some of these other shades, but mostly that one. Then for blushes, in 2021 I had 3. Last year I had 5, and this year I have 5 powders and 1 cream. I had to stop and think about it. So my oldest is from Pacifica. It is their Natural Minerals Blush in Wild Rose. I am working on finishing this year. I have from Essence the blush, and this one has broken packaging. This is in the shade 70, Believing, my cool tone blush. This one I just got with birthday order. This is from Sephora, their colorful blush in the shade 01, Shame on You. I haven't even swatched it. It's a very poor swatch. That is a nice. I was looking for a cool tone, but I think that was the best they had, and so that's a nice shade. And then I have 2 deluxe ones from The Balm. This one is called, from their Will Powder collection, it is a shade Perseverance. And then this one is It's a Date. Very peachy. So those are my 5 powder blushes. And then I have 1 cream I got last year for my birthday from Ilia. It is their Multi-Stick in At Last. I use it mainly as a cream blush. And it is my only cream blush. It's my only cream colored product, period. So that are all my face products. Give me one moment and I'll bring up my eye products, I guess. Alright, the next category are my eye products. So we'll start with mascara. In 2021, I had 3. Last year, I had 2. This year, I only have 1. I only try and keep 1 at a time because I don't need more than 1. This is from Essence, the I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. And this one has almost reached its like 3 or 4 month usage period. So that will be going away and I'll be replacing it. So if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below. Next, we have my eye primer. I have 1. Last year I had 2, and the year before I had 2. And I also counted this as a color corrector last year, unless I had a separate color corrector, but I don't recall. So I count this as my eye primer and color corrector. It's from LA Girls, and it is their Pro Primer HD eye primer, and it is in the shade nude. And it is a little stick cream. And then I have 1 glitter glue glitter base. This is the base booster from BH Cosmetics. Their glitter and shadow glue. And this one I have been using, and I have no idea how much is left in it. But I only have the 1. So we have 1 of each of those. For next, we have eyeliners. In 2021, I had 7. Last year, I had 9. And this year, I have 8. This one is from Fright Night. It is just a black pencil liner. It's dirty, but I'm planning on getting rid of this one. It is my oldest. Then we have from NYX their Epic Wear in Pure White. This is getting older as well. I have also from NYX in their Slide On, Glide On line, and this is in Platinum, and it is a beautiful platinum eyeliner, platinum silver. I have from LA Girl their Shockwave metallic liner in Sequins, which is a metallic dark purple, or metallic purple. Another metallic purple liner is from NYX in their Slide On Glide On line, and this is Purple Blaze. These are all either retractable or pencil. This is from Lottie London, their AM to PM liner, retractable liner in the shade, what is the name of this one? Velvet? Yes, Velvet. From LA Colors, their eyeliner pencil in the shade Turquoise. And lastly, from Divine Callow Tenise. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Is there Kajal pencil in the shade? Why is it written this way? Because I'm left-handed and I always look at things backwards. I don't know if it has a color name. Or Divine Callow is the color name. It is a black. Retractable. Like gel eyeliner. So I have 8 eyeliners. For brows, I don't have any products specifically for brows. I have had brow pencils and brow pomades, or the Benefit brow thing. Gel, that's it. So in 2021 I had 2, last year I had 1. This year I have an eyeshadow that I use as my brow powder. Just the 1. It is from Natasha Denona. I don't know the shade. I don't know what palette it's from. But that is my 1 brow product. And then, see, I got that. Okay. And then single shadows is the one thing I had the biggest jump in. So in 2021 I had 6. Last year I had 8. This year I have 130. Mainly due to this large palette of Natasha Denona singles that came into my collection as a gift from Wonder and Alleyland. I also have this single here from Lunar Beauty. It is from their Advent calendar, so that is 1 single there. I have these 2 baked eyeshadows from Medusa's Makeup. The gold one is in the shade Woke, and the green one is Envy. also from Medusa's Makeup, I have their Glam Rock eyeshadow in Rhapsody, which is a dark burgundy red with a slight metallic to it. And their matte eyeshadow in Bermuda, which is sort of a dark blue-gray. I have two singles from Espionage Cosmetics. These two here in this palette. This is Dungeon Crawl, and this one is Go Alone. And then from, who makes this? L'Oreal? Yes, L'Oreal Infallible Shadow in Midnight Blue. I have that one. And then from the Natasha Denona shadows, I have this two-sided palette full of shadows. This side has 48 of the larger shadows. So I have 8 of the individual potted ones, 48 of the large ones, and then 38 of these metallic smaller ones, and 36 of the smaller matte ones. So altogether that is 130 single shadows in my collection. Alright, next are my lip products. I'm going to start with one of the new things that came into my collection. This is from ColourPop and their Lippy Stick. This is the lip primer. So I have one lip primer in my collection now. Next I have for balms, I have one that I consider my balm category. This is Overnight Lip Mask from Aceology. Yeah, and just their overnight lip mask. One tinted balm-ish is the NYX Fat Oil Lip. And this one is almost gone. I've taken out the stopper and I am just down to scraping the sides. I use this every day right now. It'll be out of my collection soon. I don't have any actual lip balms because I've started using lip gloss. So speaking of gloss, the other one I use every day is from e.l.f. is their lip lacquer. This is in clear. And then the rest of my glosses I have from Medusa's Makeup, their Disco Queen lip gloss in Bad Girls, which is almost empty. From Jeffree Star, their Supreme Gloss. This one is No Shame. I'm working on trying to get that one used up. Then I have another Supreme Gloss. This one is Please Forgive Me, which looks almost identical to No Shame. I think they're this one's slightly warmer, but very similar. And then I have another one called, it's so small, Blood Sugar. I think that's a red. Those are all very tinted glosses that I were gifted to me from Wonder in Alleyland. Another new one that came when I got the lip primer. This is their Ultra Glossy Lip from ColourPop, and this one is in the shade Sugar Cookie. Just got this for my birthday. And that is all the glosses. So for numbers, in 2021 I had 3 balms. Last year I had 4. This year I have the 1. I had 0 lip primers previously. Tinted lip balms, I had 3 last year. This year I have the 1 lip oil. Glosses, in 2021 I only had 1. Last year I had 4. This year I have 6. Next is, we'll go with my bullet lipsticks. And for the last 2 years I've had 7. This year I have 7, I believe. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. I have from ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Cami in their matte formula. Ugh. It is a warm nude. I have from Ulta Beauty 315 Party Crasher, also more of a warm burgundy. I have from Bite Beauty their multi-stick in Prismatic Pearl, or Peacock Pearl. It is their Prismatic multi-stick in Peacock Pearl. I have from Context the shade Running Free, a nude shade. From Fright Night, I have this deep red, which my goal is to finish this year. From Lipstick Queen, I have Crazed Greige, which is a pinky greige. And then from this brand, I have Paleontologist, which is a nudie color. So they're not the same lipsticks I had last year, because this one is new to my collection. And I think this one's new. So I had a couple others. Anyway, I have 7 bullet lipsticks. And that's been consistent. For liquid, let's go lip liners, because they're next on my table. In 2021, I had 1. Last year I had 2. Now I have 3. From Beauty For Real, I have their Define Lip Liner in Neutral Deep. It's a deep brown burgundy. From Thrive Cosmetics, I have the nude shade called Gisland. It's sort of a pinky purple mauve nude. And from NYX, I have their lip pencil in the shade Espresso, which is brown. And then finally, for liquid lips, and the end of my makeup inventory, I have 5 liquid lips. In 2021, I had 4. Last year, I had 6. This year, I have 5. I have from Revlon their Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in Infatuation. I have from Kokie their Lip Powder Liquid Matte Powder. It's a liquid powder. Don't know how that works, but it is. And this is in the shade Claret. From BH Cosmetics, I have 2 of their Cashmere Cream Lip Colors. This one is the purpley one. It is in the shade 100. And this one is in the shade FTW. And then finally from NYX, I have their Soft Matte Cream Lip Cream in the shade Transylvania, which is a dark burgundy. And that is all of that. And then the last category is eyeshadow palettes. So we'll go over those. All right. So going over numbers first. In 2021, I had 9 eyeshadow palettes. Last year, I had 16. And this year, I have 22. But I'm decluttering 2. So I have 20. I have decided to declutter my 2 oldest palettes in my collection, my Maybelline City Mini and my Rimmel Magnifies. They're just old, and this is very dark. I love it, but I can't do a lot with it, and this is very one-tone. They both perform fine, but like I said, they are getting older, and they don't perform as well as some of my other eyeshadow palettes, so I am going to be decluttering these in my collection, and they are too old to pass on to anybody, so they're just going to go away. And then the rest of my palettes, I've tried to break down into brands. I did forget, I do have 6 more highlighters. I got this highlighter palette from BH Cosmetics. They're a Pre and Aspen highlighter palette. So that's, I had it with my eyeshadows because it's a palette. But that's 6 more highlighters, bringing me to 11 highlighters. So we can count that as we wish. And then we'll go with I generally group them by size. I had them in an order, but that's okay. So we're going to go by size. The first one is from Juvia's Place. I have the Rebel Grays. It is gray. It is fine. I like it. From Lethal Cosmetics, this is a build your own palette. And I have 3 teals and 2 purples and a silver. I'm not going to tell you the name of the colors, but that is my palette from Lethal. So technically you could call them singles. This one goes over here. Then from Winky Lux, I have one. It is their Latte Kitten palette. It is neutrals. May or may not stay in my collection. I'm not that fond of neutrals. I have my medium-sized palettes. I have one from Aether Beauty. This is the Moonlight Crystal palette. From Ace Beauté, I have the Violet Sage, purples, greens, pinks. And from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have the Riviera palette. From Glamlight, I have 2 of the Hershey's Kisses. I have the Cookies and Cream, which is the blue palette. There we go. Get it open. There is the blue palette, which I picked up myself at TJ Maxx. And then the Special Dark, which was gifted to me from Kim at Teacher Loves Beauty. And there is that one. Did I break a nail? No. Okay. Opening these palettes is a little tricky sometimes. I have from Revolution, I have 4 palettes. I have the Heartbreakers palette in the colorway Lucky, and it is a green palette. I have the Corpse Bride Butterfly palette. It is a beautiful gothic palette. Can't wait to get more use out of that. I have the Mermaid Hearts palette. Greens and golds. And then was decluttered to me, I have the Revolution Chilled palette. And more greens and brown neutrals. And then I have one large palette, the Pink Star, I call it. And this was gifted to me along with the lip products from the same brand from Wonder in Alleyland. I have nothing against the products. I don't support the person, but this is a beautiful rainbow color palette. And then the brand I have the most of is from BH Cosmetics. I have their Sapphire for September. Beautiful blue with a touch of green. I have the Venom palette from their Poison Shock collection. This is a beautiful gray and purple palette. I have Trendy in Tokyo, a lovely rainbow palette. I have the brand new to me, Lost in Los Angeles. It still has the plastic on it. I picked this up at TJ Maxx, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. My most loved, Marvicorn by, there we go, which was my Pan That palette for 2021. It's seen some love. And then lastly, my Galaxy Chic, which needs some more love, but it's seen some. And those is my eyeshadow. So that is my whole makeup collection. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And until my next video, take care of yourselves, stay true to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!